everyone, and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be doing a cooking demonstration for the nutritional consideration for people with cystic fibrosis. My name is Brittany Gaydosh, and I'm a graduate dietetics student here at Eastern Illinois University. Today I'm going to be creating a broccoli salad that's high in calories, and it's good for people with cystic fibrosis. And you may be wondering what cystic fibrosis is. Cystic fibrosis is a inherited chronic disease that affects the lung and the digestive system of about 30,000 children and adults in the United States. And there's a defective gene and its protein that causes the body to create a thick mucus system that affects both the lungs and the digestive system. What the mucus does is in the lungs, it clogs the pores and it makes it difficult for people to breathe, and it can also cause a life-threatening infection for people with cystic fibrosis. In the digestive system, it obstructs the pancreas and stops a natural enzyme from helping the body to break down and digest food, which is one of the reasons that people with cystic fibrosis have a much higher calorie needs. The average person needs around 2,000 calories per day, but people with cystic fibrosis need anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 calories depending on their age and their growth level. Unfortunately, there's no cure for cystic fibrosis, but with lifestyle changes and different therapies, you can increase the length and quality of someone's life. So for the lungs, people with cystic fibrosis can use bronchodilators to maintain adequate airflow throughout the day, and also physical therapy is needed every day to help clear the mucus from the body. As far as the digestive system goes, you can take daily vitamins, you can also take an enzyme to help you break down and absorb the food, and you need to eat a diet that is high in calories, which brings me to this salad that we're going to be making today. So for our salad, you're going to need 1.5 cups of broccoli. It can be cooked or fresh. It's to your preference. You need 1/3 cup raisins, 1/4 cup onion, 1/4 cup of walnuts, 8 slices of bacon cooked and crumbled together, which I have right here. You're going to need 1 tablespoon sugar, 1 and 1.5 tablespoons of cider vinegar, and then 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. So this recipe is actually pretty simple. What you're going to need is a glass bowl and a mixing spoon. So you're going to cook your broccoli and then cut it up into bite-sized pieces so you can just pour it in the bowl. Next, we're going to add our raisins, and as I said before, you need 1/3 cup. All right, you just pour it in there. As for the onion goes, they suggest using a red onion, so you just cut it up into little bite-sized pieces like I have here. And then the bacon, I already crumpled it up and cut it into pieces, so you can go ahead and add that in. And then you need to add about 1/4 cup of walnuts. This bag has about 1/2 cup, so I'm just going to eye in half the bag. So just give that a quick little mix so everything's kind of evenly mixed throughout the whole bowl. Okay, so that looks pretty good. We'll set that aside so we can make our dressing for the salad. The dressing for the salad, you need 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, and you don't want to use a light mayonnaise because it has less calories in it, so go for the real mayonnaise. So I'm just going to scoop it in here. Want to make sure you don't spill it on yourself, though. All right, and then just scoop it into the bowl. And after that, we're going to measure out 1.5 tablespoons of cider vinegar. And lastly, we're going to add in our tablespoon of sugar, which I've already measured out. So then you can see it's kind of a weird texture, but you're just going to mix it all together till it's one creamy consistency. So this may take a couple minutes though. So you can see it's still kind of chunky right now, but we'll get there. Alrighty, this looks pretty good. And then all we're going to do with the dressing is we're going to pour it over our broccoli mixture. Just pour it on. And then we're just going to mix that all together so that way it's evenly coated. All right, and that's it. What you're going to do now is you're going to put it in the refrigerator to chill for 2 hours, and then you serve. And one of the good things about this recipe is that it has fruits and vegetables in it, but it's also packed with a lot of calories. It has, the serving size is 3/4 of a cup, and it has 450 calories, 33 grams of fat, and 11 grams of protein. And this is great for a person with cystic fibrosis because they only need to eat a small amount, but it has a ton of calories packed into it. Which is good for them because you don't want to be eating all the time throughout the day. You can just eat one small little meal and it's already 500 calories, which is great for them. So I want to say thank you for watching and I hope you enjoy your salad.